in terms of wish list stuff.
Bearing in mind that now we've got the 2 trilogies and the 3rd one on the go, and the standalones as well.
Yeah,
so it's
TV
and we can cover all of that stuff with our license. So we started out with just the trilogy,
a lot of people did then.
and now we've expanded that to literally all of the feature films.
Yeah.
Right.
So I still always go back to the classic trilogies. It's just me, my wish list stuff. I'd love to do the Wampa puppet. The scaled down one that Phil Tippett and John Berg did for the insert shots of Empire.
Nice.
And I would love to do, so there's a droid that shambles around Mos Eisley. He's a white droid. It was the original Darth Vader sculpt.
Right.
And he's
with the chest with the lines in it.
Yes, exactly. So I think he's technically CZ4 now.
Yeah,
He was
I think
CZ3
so.
for a while. I don't know those names. I know the crew names. I always called him a clown droid as a kid because I just thought he looked like he had a weird sort of cross-eyed.
Like a
face.
European
Something, right? Yeah. But I would love to do some sort of replica of him, either as a life-size or as a bust or something. I don't know. There's yeah.
There's not
What
enough
don't
time.
I want to
There's
make?
not enough time to make everything you
But
want.
the cool thing is, so we do custom work, and right now we're working on some custom stuff for one client that's a full cantina set that was based on a concept we did a while ago, but we've expanded it and brought some new pieces in. Because that's what happens with custom work. Somebody comes to you and they're like, oh, I love that cantina set, but I also like this, or can you think of a table that would work here? And then we go crazy.
Or I need this, or I need that, and you can work with them.
Exactly. It's like, oh, I really need a pedestal for this. Okay, we'll come up with 5 ideas for pedestals.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite part of all of this.
You really
and
get
now,
a kick out of developing that then.
Yeah, and to be able to take that to characters now. Because for years, what have we had? Whatever character a company can make 1,000 or 5,000 of.
Yeah.
Maybe 500 pieces. Now it could be, hey, I have always loved this, EV99.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to make an EV99 life-size bust, right?
No.
Well, we could.
Yeah.
Why couldn't we? And it's just a question of, if you've got someone that's got the will and obviously the budget to do it custom, well, we're a small shop.
And you've got the access to the IP that it's no problem doing it.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Obviously everything that comes in custom we run by Lucasfilm.
Sure.
But we have a good foundation. We know what they like us to do. We know what we're able to do physically. And very quickly we can find out, it's like, oh, I really want, a bust of such and such. We check with them, it's clear with them, we talk with you further, we dial in, a budget, we figure out a pose, and whatever else. And
God bust.
oh, yeah. Well,
I'm a pure spec collector, but I've got a small focus collection on Gamorrean Guard stuff. There's loads of it, and what there is blooming lovely.
Yeah, there is some good stuff.
Yeah.
I did like the new 6-inch
that
just came out.
Sold out the weekend.
Martin's just said that he'd like a Zuvio. Could you do a Zuvio maquette for Martin?
We absolutely
He is the world's
could.
only focus Zuvio collector.
Literally.
250
Zuvio
and
is
counting.
Groovio. That's exactly the sort of thing. Like that's the cool thing about Regal. That's what, to me, I think makes us stand out from other companies.
Yes. Yeah.
We are not just doing what we think will sell 1,000.
No.
There's times we make things that we sell 10 of, 5 of. Our aim on things like the Emperor Throne, it's not made to make 100 or 1,000.
I've just thought of your tagline. It should be, we put the OK in bespoke. You can make anything. Sorry.
He doesn't put the OK in joke. We put the Tom in custom.
This is going forever. Here's the thought then, because obviously you've got everything from the movies, and obviously other companies have also done Macquarie pieces.
Yeah, sure.
And of course you've got Joe Johnson, you've got other
There's some really cool stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you've got the scope to investigate that if you want to.
Absolutely. So that's another. Oh, there's a dream piece. Macquarie Chewbacca, the one that looks a little like a lemur that they kind of did for Rebels, but to do a real faithful version of that to Ralph's art. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's dream stuff for me.
And that's digging really early as well, isn't it?
It is, but that's the stuff I always respond to.
Han Solo and
But there's so much inspiration, not just in the universe, but in the production.
Yes.
And that's what gets me going. That's the cool thing with Star Wars fans. There's guys who love the movies. There's guys who love the backstories. There's guys who love the books.
Yeah.
There's and guys and girls and whatever. But
you've
then
done your
you
Cantina panel with Pablo
Oh gosh.
times, and you guys dig up stuff. I I see things popping up online of you guys chatting about, so this is this, and you guys kind of go, no, it's this. Here's the reference. And
we just found in old footage that Lucasfilm had.
Yeah.
We'll have this at the Celebration Cantina panel if we have one. We're waiting to confirm. But we found pictures of Chewbacca's stand-in for the Cantina scene. A fellow named Stephen Calcutt. We have never seen photos of him. And
you got photos of him.
Now I've got 2 shots of him from just blurry shots in the background of video that they had at Lucasfilm's archives of him with his glasses on and a big brown robe. And it's just...
Like you say, when you find that stuff, like I interviewed, and forgive me, her name has just completely dropped out of my head, but I interviewed the lady, she used to work at Lucasfilm back in the day. She was the 7th Cantina band member.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it probably would have been either Kim
Falkenberg.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
So, and when you find out all these cool little...
Right?
Yeah.
We did everyone thinks it's 5. London,
That was one of the biggest mysteries for a long time. They were like, oh, there's only 5 of them. And then they're like, no, there's 6. And me and Papa were like, no, there's definitely 7. We actually just announced at Salt Lake, in the archives, they found... So, okay. Pablo, so this just shows Pablo's depth of knowledge. He's wonderful.
Yeah.
The archive shows him a picture, and they're like, we just found this, we don't know what it is. So he looks at it, he immediately recognizes it as a background prop from the second Ewok movie. Wow. And then he shows me the picture, because we're at this Google event together, and I look at it and I'm like, you fool. Like, that's a Cantina instrument. That's the upright bass kind of stick instrument that the guy's playing in the back row that you barely see, but you see it clearly in the holiday special.
Okay.
So the Lucasfilm Archives, this is actually George's archives, has one of the original Cantina instruments. We never even knew it still existed.
Oh, nice.
And it was just, it was in with this other stuff, and they had no idea what it was, and I
love
discovering
this panel then.
Yeah.
Here's this, you've never seen this.
But so that's the sort of stuff we turn up for those panels. If you happen to be at Celebration, look them up. It's a lot of fun.
And speaking of Celebration, you're hoping to be at Chicago.
Yes, so Regal Robot is down. We should have a nice big booth. We're going to probably have another fun photo op like we did with the Dewback last year, but it'll be something new. We don't know yet. And we'll have plenty of stuff there for folks to go away with, and a lot of new stuff for them to look at and hopefully order.
So was that a one-piece cast that you back so far? Was it like
it was several pieces actually. So it was the head, the body, the bench, and the tail. And then there was a secondary piece for the bench that was a little rack outcropping where you had your cup holder, because you don't have a Dewback sofa without a cup holder. That was a lot of fun. That's one of those things. Rich Riley, who works with us, I've known him since the late '90s. We've collaborated on literally countless projects over the years, and he and I are talking, and we're like, we need a photo op, and we should do something cool. And I'm like, I love the Dewback, and he's like, well, we should turn a Dewback into a sofa. And it's like, yes, we're doing that. Like, stop all thinking, we're doing this. And that's where that came from. And then we just went back and forth. Lucasfilm, gave us their input, and we sort of steered it different directions until we gelled on like that final look, and I was just so thrilled with what we came up with.
So what's the wackiest concept that you've come up with yet that you
haven't had time to make?
Oh my gosh.
Sarlacc toilet.
I mean, we've got a concept for a Sarlacc coffee table that's pretty cool. That's actually on the website if you want to check that out. I don't want to share because I never say never. But I will say this. We have a sketchbook, probably about that thick, I'm not exaggerating, that is filled with ideas, and then I believe the last time we printed it, it was 26 pages typed, single-spaced, one idea per line of things that we have for either furniture ideas or whatever.
So you just get the whole crew and brainstorm the heck out of it.
And there's some really interesting stuff in that list that I'd love to make happen. But one of the things we've been doing is putting concepts on the site that we haven't made or don't even have a plan to make, but just to show people, like, just say to people, oh, we're going to do bespoke, we're going to do custom. They don't get as far as we want to take it. So we'll put some stuff out there. We did an Endor bunker desk sketch. We did the Cantina furniture, which led to somebody who actually now is getting that for his home. The Sarlacc pit coffee table. There's a bunch of other ideas that we may just flesh out either in 3D animated or do just hand sketching or Photoshop mock-ups. Just to get the ideas out
like
there.
Miniature models of them you could...
We've done that. The Dewback actually started as a really crude miniature model, trying different ways of figuring out where the seating would fit. At one point, the seat was actually going to be in the Dewback, and then that got weird, and we're like, let's have it just like curled around you, a little
Yeah,
back hug.
Yeah.
You know, it's comfortable.
So this stuff's awesome. Where can people buy it?
Thanks. So they can buy it on regalrobot.com, and they can follow us on. We're at Regal Robot on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest,
MySpace, Bebo.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. And now for the Star Wars stuff, we are limited. We can only ship to U.S. locations. We can take orders from anybody, but just part of the license that we're limited to a U.S. delivery address.
Right.
But other than that,
But
check
there's
out the
plenty
website.
of places that they can ship to as a US address and then have shipped themselves that you can't condone, but they can
I
do that
can't
themselves.
officially condone that.
You can ship it to my mate in America and they can ship it to me.
We
that's
just
not a
bring
problem.
big cases for Chicago, so we get
That's
that
right.
beautiful Tauntaun piece that we all
Absolutely,
wanted.
come
Yeah.
see us at Chicago.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see you guys again there.
We can't
Hopefully
wait.
we'll run into you soon, and thanks for coming by.
My pleasure, thank you.
Thanks.